Hi everybody, thank you so much and welcome back to The Lift with Sheila Robinson-Kiss. I'm so delighted to be out here with all of you on this walk. You know how we do it. This is the channel, guys. We've got it all: mental health, movement, motivation, and the best relationship advice around. So if you're loving what I'm doing, please, by all means, don't forget to subscribe and share the news of the channel with your friends and family. Let's start out the way we always do on our walks. Go ahead and make a wish. I want to remind you that wishes and dreams and hopes, they come true. They're coming true every day. So we need to really stay in touch with them. So go ahead, make your wish. I made mine. Let's go ahead and get started, everyone. I heard from Sean, and this is a message today that I'm pumped up to bring this to you, because it really is a game changer. It's profound and simple game changer when you apply it. I want to talk to you about 5 words that are going to transform your communication and your mental health. What are those 5 words? Going to get into that in just a second. But first, let me give you a summary. I'm outside, so I didn't do a print off of the letter that Sean wrote me. But in summary, the issue is Sean is getting into dialogue with some family members. Also, Sean is in a relationship, getting into dialogue with his partner, and says, I'm saying things that I regret. These conversations are going so fast. I end up with a lot of resentment, and I feel so drained. And what makes it very interesting, Sean does consider himself a decent communicator. Now, I was not surprised to receive this letter, and I knew immediately what was happening. So this happens to a lot of us when we start these emotional conversations. Aren't these geese beautiful? I love to see them. I'm out here on a daily basis, and they're chilling out. It just rained, so they're maxing and relaxing. Thanks, guys, for letting me kind of walk through your territory here. Everyone's chilling out. Here's some more guys right up here. Nature, everyone, forest bathing is powerful and beautiful. So back to what's going on with Sean, and it happens to a lot of us, including myself. You don't have your thoughts put together. You're saying things that you haven't really had time to fully think it through. So the 5 words in summary that will transform your communication and mental health, and this is a step that so many of us can miss inside of our communication, and it really truly does support mental health. And here's the words, guys. I need to process this. I'll say again, I need to process this. See, so often we think we have to give these snappy comebacks in real time. Let's stop that now. It was actually a conversation that went, oh, look at this little guy. It was a conversation that went sideways that really had me to rethink some of my triggers, emotional triggers around feeling threatened inside of a conversation. Say, you know what? I really need some new tools to slow all of this down. And those 5 words really transformed everything you can imagine. It really just does check a great many boxes, everyone. Let me share with you the advantages, and you can use this phrase anytime with anyone. You can use this phrase at work. You can use it in your personal life, with your significant other, with your children. It's a power phrase. And the benefits, number one, it allows you to be less emotional. Again, so often we are operating inside of emotion when we're having these conversations. So it allows you to collect yourself and operate inside less emotion. Nothing wrong with emotion. Don't get the wrong idea of what I'm saying. The problem comes in when those heavy emotional states, it clouds what we want to say and how we're saying it. The second benefit, when you say to someone, I need to process this, it gives you some time to sort out the thoughts and the emotions that are running through your mind, body, heart, spirit, and soul. And you'd be surprised. You take 24 hours to process something, or you take half a day. You may take a week, depending on what the topic is, and you've had a chance to collect yourself and your thoughts. And then lastly, there's numerous benefits, but I'm just going over a few. It allows you to sidestep comments. It allows you to sidestep comments that you may end up regretting. Truly. So, Sean, one of the things I want you to keep in mind, you don't have to jump on anyone else's communication train. I know it feels like in real time, they're coming to me, they're coming at me. I need to process this. Really is the equivalent of what I call pumping the communication brake. Oh, here's some more geese. Oh my God. They are so sweet. It just rained. So here's another group of them drying out. They're so adorable. So again, it allows you to pump the communication brake. I'm going to give you a case in point. This was a few months ago. Someone decided they wanted to come out of their bag inside of a conversation with me. I'm not going to say that I'm a perfect communicator. I mean, we're constantly refining ourselves, but I don't know about you guys, but I appreciate a level of decorum. Quite frankly, I don't know how else to say it. It's a level of respect and decorum. And this individual was sorely lacking in each category. And so I let them get about, I'm going to say 3 minutes or so into, let's say, their speech, if you will. And then I said, you know what? You have a lot coming at me right now. And what I need to do, we need to pump the brakes. And I need some time to process this. Okay? Again, we pumped the brakes. And they kind of looked at me like, huh? Like this was a magical concept. And they were so stunned. And they stopped. And it really was a teachable moment. And they really didn't go any further. And I said, you have a lot coming at me. Let me just follow up with you in a few days. Is there more that you want to say? They had a couple more words to say. And sure enough, I took that time to process. And I don't know about you, but when I'm processing, I really like to get out pen and paper, like to get clear. What am I thinking? What's behind it? Where do I want to go with this? Processing is not just a word you throw out. Processing is a process. And I like to ask myself some key questions when I get into process mode. What has been shared with me? How do I feel about that? Is it accurate? Do I need more information? Do I need to go back and make some kind of adjustment? Do I need to ask more questions? If so, what questions do I need to ask? So we can see that the process aspect is often overlooked inside of communication. And if you think about it, if more people were processing relationships, more relationships would be saved. I'm convinced families would be healthier, but we have trained ourselves to feel the emotion. And what do most people do? They will feel the emotion start running off at the mouth. And before you know it, you've said things, you've done things, quite frankly, that you regret. Okay, once the genie is out of the bottle, you know the magic genie, I dream of genie. Once the genie is out of the bottle, you can't put her back in. So I can't stress it enough. Sean and everyone else listening, get into the transformative miracle that these 5 words will give you. It really does. You know what? Thank you so much. I'm taking everything in. I need to process this some more. Or a lot of different variations on that. You know what? I'm so appreciative of what you've shared. I just want to be thoughtful in my response. Would you allow me a little bit of time to process it? Now you're asking just out of etiquette whether they allow it or not. You're going to take your time. You're going to take your time to process. So what you're doing when you use this technique, you're leading by example. A lot of room for teachable moments in here. You're giving yourself some space and time to collect yourself, and you're really grounding your energy and grounding communication. This works very well. Say you have someone in your family and they're more or less like a firecracker, just a fiery personality. You know, they don't stop to think. This is going to help ground them too. And then guess what? It may not be a firecracker or a fiery personality. If you're like me, my mind just moves in a more leisurely pace. There's some people that they're so quick-witted. You know, I've dealt with people like this. They can be very quick-witted in a good way or in a biting way, derogatory. My mind doesn't work that way. I like to take it slow, pick things apart a little bit. So this really works for all different communication styles. You know, I love it. And I use it exclusively across the board. And I must tell you that I've only received pushback a few times. No, you know, we need to finish this now. You know what you call those people? Controlling personalities. Controlling personalities. Common sense is going to tell you if someone needs some time to process, back up and give them that time. And when that's not happening, you got something else on your hands. So I hope that what I shared here resonates with you. Hope you're excited about putting these 5 words into practice in a greater level in your life. You know, this channel, I'm solution focused. The information is practical, down to earth, and what I like to call it, guys, it's plug and play. This is a plug and play channel here, folks. So again, it's been great. I'll say, if you're loving what I'm doing, please don't forget to subscribe, share the news of the channel with your friends and family, and I'll be back very soon with some more cool content. Bye-bye.